She ignored you like you were nothing, like your presence meant zero, like your effort, your time, your words didn't even register, and you sat there confused, frustrated, wondering what you did wrong. Let me tell you the truth. She didn't ignore you because you weren't enough. She ignored you because you were too available, too eager, too focused on her. You made her the prize while forgetting you were the one holding value. And that stops now. Because the day you shift focus, the day you stop seeking validation and start building your empire, is the day everything changes. She'll feel it. She'll see the silence, the absence, the cold detachment. And then, regret hits her like a wave. Not because you begged her to come back, but because you became a man she no longer has access to. This video is not about revenge. It's about transformation, about becoming the kind of man who no longer needs to chase what doesn't see his worth. Stick with me, because once you apply what I'm about to show you, she won't just regret ignoring you. She'll crave the version of you she can never reach again. You need to understand something right now. The moment you stop proving your worth to someone who doesn't recognize it is the moment your value multiplies. Most men spend their days chasing women who don't even glance back. They write paragraphs, send flowers, overthink every message. And for what? To be ignored? To be disrespected? To be made into a backup plan? That ends today. The day you stop explaining yourself, the day you pull your attention away and redirect it toward yourself, that's the day she feels the shift. You go cold. You go silent. You stop responding instantly. You stop reacting. No anger, no explanations. Just distance. Just silence. Just focus. And that silence? It will echo in her mind louder than any text you could have sent. Because a woman may ignore a man, but she never forgets the one who walked away and never looked back. That man haunts her. He lives rent-free in her memory, especially when she sees him grow, when she sees him glow up, when she sees him laughing, training, succeeding, living without her. And here's the truth. You're not doing this to make her jealous. You're doing it because chasing her was making you forget who you are. That version of you, the one who waits around, who texts paragraphs, who begs for crumbs, he has to die. That's not a man. That's a slave to her approval. And the Stoic man is never a slave to anything. The Stoic man doesn't ask, "Why doesn't she like me?" He asks, "Why did I like someone who disrespects me?" That's the mindset shift. That's the moment the game changes. Because when you start demanding more from yourself, you start tolerating less from others. Let her ignore you. Let her think she's won. While she's entertaining clowns, you're sculpting the life of a king. While she's chasing temporary highs, you're building permanent legacy. And when she finally looks back, it'll be too late, because the version of you she ignored no longer exists. You've evolved. And you don't evolve by accident. You evolve by going dark, by cutting the noise, by waking up earlier, training harder, reading deeper, stacking wins in silence. You evolve by becoming a man who doesn't need to speak to be heard, because your presence screams power. Women regret ignoring that kind of man. It doesn't happen instantly. First, they pretend not to care. Then they watch your stories. Then they text, "Hey stranger." Then they ask how you've been, but by then it's done. You've become untouchable, unreachable, and that's what drives them insane. But here's what most men miss. They think going silent means doing nothing. Wrong. Going silent is doing everything, but without announcing it. It's showing the world, especially her, that you're too busy becoming something great to chase what never valued you. The gym becomes your therapy. The grind becomes your relationship. Your goals become your obsession. And the man you become in that process? He becomes unforgettable. Not to her, to everyone. Because everyone can sense when a man stops playing small, when he stops apologizing, when he walks with purpose. This is not about impressing her. This is about respecting yourself. Every time you wanted to double text, you trained. Every time you wanted to check if she watched your story, you focused on your business. Every time you felt the urge to explain, you reminded yourself, kings don't explain. They elevate. And guess what happens when you elevate? She starts chasing shadows of you. She remembers the way you looked at her, the way you laughed, the attention you gave so freely. And now, she can't get it anymore. Now she realizes what she lost. But it's not coming back, because you're no longer seeking to be chosen. You're choosing yourself. And when a man chooses himself, he becomes dangerous. Not to others, no, but to every lie he used to believe. Lies like, I'm not good enough. Lies like, maybe if I try harder, she'll see my worth. No, you stop trying to convince. You start showing. Through actions, through results, through transformation. The best revenge is not revenge, it's reinvention. It's silence. It's distance. It's becoming a man who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't fold. That man, he scares people. He inspires others. He commands respect. Let me be clear. She won't regret ignoring the desperate version of you. She'll regret the day you disappeared and came back as someone she can't reach. The glow up is not about looks. It's about energy, about presence, about confidence that comes from discipline, not approval. You walk different, you talk different, you no longer need validation. You're rooted, stoic, and that shakes her world more than any message could. This journey will hurt. The silence will feel heavy at first. But with every rep, every early morning, every win, it gets lighter. And one day, you'll look in the mirror and not even recognize the man staring back, because he's everything you used to beg her to see in you. And more. That's the goal. That's the standard. And the day you choose that path, that's the day she'll regret ever ignoring you. Now you understand. Her ignoring you was never the problem. Your reaction to it was. You let it define your worth. You let it shake your confidence. But not anymore. Because the moment you stopped chasing, everything shifted. You took back your power. You stopped handing out pieces of yourself to someone who didn't value them. And in that silence, you built a man that no one can ignore. She might never say it out loud, but she will feel it. Every time she sees you doing better, laughing louder, living freer without her, that's the moment regret sinks in. But it's not about revenge. It's about respect. The one you now give to yourself without compromise. So remember this. Never again explain your worth. Never again chase someone who's blind to your value. Instead, elevate, refine, build. Let your actions speak volumes while your silence teaches lessons no words ever could. And now I ask you, what version of you will she see next time? The one who begged for attention? Or the one who became the man no one dares to overlook? If this hit you deep, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment. Tell me how you're going to rise. Hit that like button, subscribe, and send this to a brother who needs to hear it, because this is just the beginning. She ignored the old you. She'll never forget the new one. Now go, and let her regret speak louder than your silence ever did.